Hello and welcome back to Going Medieval. We are on, I think, day 4 today, day 5, and things are going pretty smooth. We're just about to hit winter of our second year, and we're in pretty good shape. The town is really humming along. We managed to expand the inn yesterday, kind of move the kitchen around, build a great hall, get some bedrooms up top. We built the massive church for restitution yesterday as well. But we also got someone show up right at the end of the day who is prepared to be a Oak Brethren prophet, druid. I'm not quite sure what they're called. I gotta clear out their shrine a little bit. Nobody can even get to it. There's so many trees in the way. God, I've really let this... we've really been ignoring one religion here incredibly, letting everybody else just move on in. Today's big goals, we have kind of 3 of them that we want to do. We have the expansion of a flop house above the barracks. We have an expansion of storage above the tailorship. And we were starting to build an armory up here on the 3rd floor of the castle, which is currently just parapets, but we'll make it actually a 3rd floor today. These are the big goals I want to do. The first thing we got to do is actually get the supplies to build all of this, because we don't have a lot of building supplies right now, but we were given a mysterious gift, which is... Ooh. I'm gonna get those. That's knowledge. That's research. I think that's 3rd level research as well. So thank you, Twitch chat. I guess the other thing we really got to make sure that we are ready for right now is winter. And our food stocks are, well, they're not bad. Things haven't been freezing in here because we haven't had access to ice. But we do have a couple of things getting ready for that. We did recently get the fermenting bench. So one of the things we were talking about doing was actually moving this smokehouse and putting that fermenting bench in here. Now, I could just move that smokehouse, like, right here, which would be directly outside the kitchen, which does kind of feel appropriate. You know, I think I might just do that. That's a good spot for that. Sure, it's clogging up the pathway, but, well, you know, we can still get around the woodsmith. And then that way we can have a fermenting station, which lets us make cheese. We'll make sure that this is put on forever. And then someone can slap this together. Our biggest issues are that I think 2 people don't have bedrooms right now. So adding in, I guess if this is where the flop house is going to be, it's really like clay. Clay is our biggest concern. So I think we will start digging some stuff out of the quarry, which I am realizing we're going to have to go down another level. Chat hit me with lightning strikes this morning as well. Thank you very much. Where's that one coming in? Crack-a-boom. Crack-a-boom. No crack-a-boom? I feel like you must have hit water. The most anticlimactic lightning strike I've ever seen. Christy, good morning. Anyone bring donuts? Oh my god, I wish. I'd kill for a donut right now. I'd be all about it. Vintage, clay, beer, now research. Those are some pretty good gifts. Oh, there we go. There's the fire. It is in a pit in the mountain. You know what? I'm not worried about that. Ain't worried about that at all. What can we make here? We can make curdling milk. We can ferment fruit juice out of fruits. And we can make fermenting mash out of alcohol. Huh. Fermenting. Barrels. Preserving food too. Lets you make packaged meals. Oil press. Chemistry lets you make medicine in the apothecary bench. Brewing gives you a brewing station. So I feel like the fermenting mash and the fermenting fruit juice is only useful once I get brewing. Or distilling, perhaps. Painting and chemistry 3. Saltpeter turns excrement into a valuable crystal with explosive potential. Quicklime and Greek fire. Ferrous combustible that cannot be quenched with water. Does curdling milk just turn to cheese? I don't know. We do have a merchant caravan, though, so... And look, half pint is idle. Perfect. We actually have a few idle people. And Java, our prisoner, has finally decided to join us. Who, I believe, is going to be our new blacksmith. I think she has like 17 blacksmithing. This guy's got ass. He's got barley. He's got a research table. He's got beet seeds, cabbage seeds, a campfire, carrot seeds, cartography tables. He's got 2 female chickens. Oh my god. Huge. He's got clay bricks as well, along with decorative clay. Eel meals, eggs, gruel. You also have some ice blocks. Honestly, I might buy a couple of them. You have some nice leather, building materials, food. Rush matting. I guess that's some sort of carpet. Healing kits, summer clothes. How was all this stuff? 94, 92, 91, 93. That's all good. Bone helmets. Oh, I have bone helmets. He has bone helmets. We both will, but they won't trade. He bought... Oh, I guess this is the stuff he has equipped that he's not willing to trade. All right. 20 bucks worth of stuff. What do we got to trade for you? 142 tallow. One of these days I'll find out what tallow is for. But not today. I don't want to give you any of my food. If I can help it. I have a bunch of maple saplings I could give you. Let's do that. I also have quite a lot of linen here. 300 linen? Ooh, okay, that's way more than I need. Do you have gold? You do. Oh, you have like almost exactly enough gold. You do have exactly enough gold. I'm going to just do that for 50 gold. I'm going to give you 100 linen cloth and 10 maple saplings for 2 chickens, some ice, and 50 bucks. Heck of a deal. Yeah, and Java, our new character. The Minstrel of Blencago, a merciful arrowsmith. So, she is really good at smithing. That's basically all she's good at. She's also good at art, and she likes being a doctor. Oops, that's not right. Sorry, Paul. We're going to give her a jester. We'll fix up their leisure time. She is actually going to take Chio's bed. Sorry, Chio. But she is by far the best smith. Like, insanely by far the best smith. Chio spends a lot of time crafting, and frankly, I am okay with that. She's also a really good doctor, so I'm going to put her on that. She also really likes coalescing. Terrible at hunting. You're terrible at jowling. You're not really a good constructor. You're okay at fishing. You're not good at growing. I'll put you mining on a 5, because God knows we always need that. You do really like crafting, so I'll put that on a 3. Carpentry you're bad at. Tailoring you're bad at. Alchemy, we don't need someone. Research, we don't need someone. You do really like art, so we'll put that on a 2 as well. And then Steward, Train, and Hall all on 3. I feel like that's good. And then hopefully one of these days, I mean, we can make short swords. Currently they have maces. You know what? Let's say make 2 short swords. And I only want Java to do that. Chat, she also needs a name. Are you still alive, Anita? You are. You're out here digging in the clay pits. Working hard. Clay pits are never anything too fancy for us. Clay, 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 dirt, 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 clay. That should be plenty, I feel like. Settlers are becoming annoyed. So 159 clay bricks. Limestone bricks, limestone bricks. I feel like I need to... If that's the clay brick pile... I guess like the stonemason... we could use a proper masonry shop for the clay and stone. I perpetually just want to kick these animals out. We talked about expanding this wall up here as well. And building the Brotherhood Temple there. But I think that's got to be like lower priority for us today. What I want to do today is rip up this clay shingled roof. They're gonna hate me for this. Doop, 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 doop. I know, guys. I know. I tell you what. We could at least put wooden floors down. We're gonna have clay walls, but we can do wooden floors. Which would at least save us a little bit of grief there. And then I think I might literally just do the flop house on that edge there so that we can have like one hallway and then just a bunch of rooms. Get us cooking a little bit. Realizing we will also need windows up here. But all things in due time. The old shingly roof. The roofing system definitely hates the way that I do roofs. But I don't mind. So I talk about this as a flop house. I could put a proper room in here. I feel like that could be allowed. You know what? I don't know that I need to do flop house. I might just be able to do smaller rooms here. Sort of similar to the inn. You know, if we did it like... say, tic-tac-tock. This way we have 3 rooms here. This feels like maybe not the most efficient path. Now that I'm looking at it. What if, instead, it was a center hallway? Would that work better? Building on Z floors, man. I don't know that that's any better in any way, shape, or form. This would be like a door here. Here and here, maybe. A door there, and a door. Well, let's, I guess, say there. So we do boom, boom. You really don't want me to place... I guess I have to build the floor first to place those doors. There. 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 Alright. I don't know. We'll try with that. I might still flop house one of these rooms. Zara, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Try to make 3x3 on the left wall and then squish one more room onto the right. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a couple of ways to do it. I'd love to get a quality bed, because we did unlock these and I haven't had a chance to use them. And I think I could put one here with like, yeah, I could definitely put one there. And I could definitely put one there. So I think that's what I'll do. And then... you're just going to be a classic room. The only good news about this is that there are room for wardrobes. I haven't done it well, but I have done it. Throwing a wooden chest here, here, and... let's say there. And that ought to keep them busy for a while. One block too small, yeah. I concur. I do concur. But we'll make it work as best we can. Oh, windows. That's the other part of this. Dong. Winter is here. You can be a window. You can be a window. And I feel like maybe that could be a window. That's going to be a terrible view, though. You can be a window. You know what? We'll allow it. Lightning strike. Winter is here. We dealt with this merchant. A lot of people are cold right now. And you know why? It's because I've turned down all these fireplaces. From when we had all the heat waves. And the system for turning them on is still kind of a bit of a mess, but these guys are on super hot up here. Yeah, okay, so it's just the big fireplace that's on. Everything else is on medium. 24 degrees. The church is warm by the altar, but it's cold when you enter. And I kind of like that idea. The closer you get to the altar, like, the more you feel closer to the gods. At least that's what I'm going to go with. Perion, hello, good morning. Fire! There's your lightning strike just outside of town. But it's too cold outside. Thank you, blessed freezing cold outside. You are always saving me. That's dead. That's mature. These are both mature trees. Let's cut all this down. Mature, mature. Mature, mature. 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 Though I do like that tree. So this will hopefully be just a big help to everything. Wow. I think we had a lot more clay bricks than I gave myself credit for. We also have way more ash. This is the problem right now. We actually can't bring in any of the clay because this is all ash. I am going to rework you. And I'm going to say clear all raw material clay. So I'm going to have one clay pile and one ash pile. Hopefully that will work. Make that a little bit smoother. So best you can do is Oreos in the morning. Morning Oreos. What's nice is we'll have some actually good beds up here now too. Also, like, it has occurred to me, I have all these other little baby rooms, but what I haven't ever done in the rooms that we've had for a very long time is like put in chests and nice furniture, wardrobes. These were all built with this stuff in mind. Kind of. That one wasn't. In fact, that room kind of sucks. It can have a chest. I love how the carpenter's room is the worst room. There's something comedic about that. We do need to also research steel today. Do we have enough for it? We do. Rally points. You know what? I'm going to go to steel before we start unlocking other weapons, because I feel like we ought to be making that. It's made out of iron and coal. It produces steel and ash. So I need to make iron ingots to make steel ingots. And what I can then do is say, like, only make anything out of steel. Pretty much. Stop making things out of iron. That other stuff made out of leather, you go nuts. But the good stuff, you only make that out of steel. This short sword is probably going to be made out of iron, but that's okay. Did this just say you were allowed to upgrade to prison warden level 2? I didn't know these were upgradable. He can no longer do animal handling. I don't think he does animal handling anyway. No, you hate animal handling. Oh my god. So by giving you a chest... and now if I give him a prison warden's desk, he can become prison warden level 3. Oh man, that rules. I didn't know that these were all upgradable. What do you need? Speechcraft 10, 8 days, and your own private chamber. What do you need, librarian? You need a planetarium. Dude, that's dope as hell. Vanity giving us a mysterious gift of... What is this? Barley? Forbidden. A, it's impossible to get to. B, we don't have any brewing. So... I see, said the blind man. Who didn't see that well? Morning, almost midnight here. There will be no shaming of my Oreo consumption. I mean, that's fair. Midnight Oreos, absolutely allowed. I cannot deny you this right. This is a blessed right. The right of the Oreo. I would like to have this smelter maybe in, you know, some shelves or something around it. There's just not enough storage options. You know, we can store leather, seeds, medicine, and food on shelves. But you can't store ingots on anything. I need like a hopper. I mean, I need a lot more storage room in general. I guess we're also gonna need some more dirt. These are all mature trees in here. Pretty much. Field maple. What's this one? Field maple. Why is this one getting 20? Ah, stunted. Plants become stunted due to lack of sunlight. Trees become stunted growing in a crowded area. Having more than 2 walls or other trees adjacent to the growing area causes stunted growth. Oh, I love that. It actually gives you like a reason to prune your forests. That's cool as hell. You know, all these birch trees growing wild. Oh, I forgot about this. Our little scaffolding back here. Remove trees. Click, click, click. Oh, click, click, click. Get rid of those as well. Who's this little guy? Little polecat sleeping behind the church. I love all the animals sleeping under the watchtower. This is my favorite part of this zone. It has made me realize, like, oh, I definitely need a place for my animals, like some sort of shelter if we do move them outside. Maybe, like, once we're done with the clay quarry, we can make this like an animal pit. They have all these unmarked graves ready for bandits. The other thing I really should be looking for is just any hay that might be left on the map. Even though we're doing pretty good on that front. Like, I think any tall grass should get harvested. At this point. Which is not very much. A couple of pheasants over here. There is a wild boar. If we wanted to hunt him down. Lavish seafood treats. What do we have? We have stew. We have a bunch of quinces, bunch of carrots, bunch of beets, bunch of cabbages, bunch of blackberries, bunch of red currants. I do feel like we actually have a fair bit of food for once. Food chain. Hunt 5 rabbits. And I can also, now that we have these, set up all of our training queues. Heck yeah, dudes. So, you know what? We kicked Chio out of the bed. Why don't we give him one of these nice rooms? I don't know who's sleeping on the ground anymore, so... And I guess technically we don't have roofs on most of these rooms. So they're probably not that nice yet. Destroy or burn these other bodies? Well, we discovered that if they're left out, they do just kind of rot. Turn to bones. They turn to bones pretty quick. You know, something else that's occurred to me is like, technically, because of the way that we have moved up here with the walls, this watchtower is not as important as it once was. If I was to build a watchtower out here, I wouldn't really need this one. And then this is like prime land in the center of the city that I could use for something else. Cold snap, hey? I think only those vegetables matter. You know, the trees and stuff, they're gonna grow as they will. Yeah, cool. Growth is halted. Yeah, we have walnuts growing here as well. In and among the sheep. Caw, caw. Birds, birds. I like how they're like, it's winter. Winter is defined by birds going caw, 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 caw. And again, this is like full of cabbage seeds and stuff when that's what these shelves are meant to be for, but they are actually like totally maxed out already. Could I slap 2 more in here? Will that be allowed? We obviously have a surplus of seeds. We do have our little bumblebees making bumblebee juice. Why are you not? This structure cannot be used because it's in an unsuitable environment. Unsuitable temperature. Really? Oh, I guess it is a cold snap. I should probably turn all these up then. You're already on high. I tell you, one thing I find really funny is to go down in levels, it's scroll up. And to go up in levels,
What's
it's scroll
this button
down.
for? Self-destruction in 3, 2,
No!
1.
No!
Come on, fire.
Earligan, thank you for 8 months. Welcome on in. I hope you didn't blow up too bad. Come on in, come on in. Jiva here also. Level 9 marksman, level 5 melee. She hates doing either of them. Sounds like you're becoming a soldier then. Soldiers don't have to like their jobs. Doctor, hello. Also, good morning. Welcome, 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 dudes. A wonderful conversation between Eintroll and Paul. All the subs. Christy.
The sub day.
Thank you for the 10 months. Double digits. Hitting the double dig. I much appreciate it. Welcome in. Come on in, gang. Jarrett's up here training. He's like, I'm sick of getting killed by pigs. I'm sick of the wolves wounding me. Now when they come for me, they'll come for my blood. Sick. This is a great way to train. Production speed 80% outside in the snow. Alright, well that does kind of track. I can't deny that. Roll a heavy leather ball at 9 wooden pins and let them tumble. Generally enjoyed with a pint of cider or ale. Skittles. What's the other entertainment options? Shovelboard. And a backgammon. What do we need to get next? We got steel. Is it Schwartz? Is it maces? A mace and a two-handed mace. You're a hatchet, a great axe, and throwing axes. Jester's unconscious. Hold on. A long-handed sword to be gripped and swung with both arms. So that's a two-hander. Por qué are you unconscious? Is it because you don't have a bedroom? It's because we're on sleep schedule. So she's in the food cellar. And she just keeps passing out. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of rotting meat where I'm meant to have ice. And we don't have a dumping stockpile anymore. Because we built the weird ossuary here. Ossuary? Is that the right term? All right, I'm gonna rebuild that dumping stockpile. But I'm gonna say like carcasses, no. And under waste, I don't want bones, and I don't want ash. I don't really want poop there either. Like, let the poop just decompose where it may. Let the poop fall where it may. That's my motto. Elect me, and the poop will fall where it may. Vanidia is also sleeping in the blacksmith's forge, probably because it's toasty warm. It is -4 degrees. I think we got to figure out our heating problems. Plus is also sleeping. Yeah, okay, so the big problem is right now is that there are 3 bedrooms up here, and there is A, no heating, but B, no roof. And the roof is almost ready for a bunch of it. Do torches make heat? A source of light in the darkness. It's a great question, honestly. That is a great question. Heat damage. Heat threshold. Intensity. I don't think so. And instead, I've built open windows in all these bedrooms. It's probably why everything is so cold. My troll is also sleeping outside. Yeah, we got some chili bees. Okay, even the inn is like freezing. Christy is also sleeping on the floor. Everybody is sleeping on the floor because all of their bedrooms are too cold due to the cold snap. So they're all sleeping wherever they can to not freeze to death. Huh. Dr. Sean is the only smart one. He was like, I'm sleeping in the church where it's 20 degrees. That's where I'm going. It's beautiful in here. It's really aesthetic. That's where we should be sleeping, right? Ossuary, a container or room in which the bones of dead people are placed. Well, I nailed it then. That's exactly what that room is. Panda Bear, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Don't eat ice cream. Can't find a lactose-free variant I like the taste of. Does Haagen-Dazs do a lactose-free? What are you doing? Eating? Standing by a window? Spare room. Geo's chamber. Freezing cold. Full of snow. Oh, I guess... Yeah, it's negative 10 degrees. What do you mean you don't want to sleep in that negative 10 degree bedroom? Stop being a baby. Chamber. Also full of snow. This room, also full of snow. Well, well, well. 3 holes in the ground. This room is awful. Is it awful because it's -7? I don't know. This room is modest. How are the inn rooms? Uninspiring. 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 All of these rooms are also full of snow, it says. I mean, those are icicles on the inside of that room. Yeah, there's snow on the walls. I think because I built windows in all the bedrooms. I just wanted fresh air. I might build a giant crash pad up above the inn. Because it is the only room that is actually warm. And the inn is also full of snow. But I could put a fire pit upstairs in a big bedroom, so at least people would have a warm place to sleep. And I'd rather them all have a shared chamber that they could go to stay warm. Alright, well, I think I just sold myself on this. It's the beginning of a day. This seems like it's kind of my capital priority at the moment, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Deleted. So we're going to crack open the inn. May God have mercy on our souls. For I will not. Then we're going to do that. We're going to do... this also allows me to shingle this roof properly, which is something I've been talking about doing for a long time. Jester is unconscious. That doesn't sound good. How many? 1, 2... So I could put 6 beds in here? How big are beds? If you're a wooden hay bed, you're 3. God, they're just always the worst size imaginable. What I want to do is put a big round fire in here, but I don't think that's going to be what happens. I don't feel like that's going to be enough heat for everybody. Well, we might be able to add in more. The hay sleeping spots are only 2. Hay beds are 3. Quality linen beds are like 3 by 2, but that wouldn't make a lot of sense. Dude, I think it's going to have to be the whole floor. I hate to say it, man, but I think our open concept inn is no more. At the very least. Nah, I think the open concept inn is no more. That's not where I was trying to put that. Obviously. Okie day. Please don't kill you. What? You're just unconscious in... You don't look unconscious. You don't look unconscious at all. Geo is also unconscious. Now you do look unconscious. Critical condition. Freezing. Summer clothes, summer clothes, summer clothes, winter clothes, winter clothes, winter clothes, summer clothes, summer clothes. It's almost as if nobody is wearing the right clothes. Almost as if I don't have enough wool cloth. I have a lot of water wool pelts. You think those are warm enough to make winter clothes out of? Well, I tell you, buddy, they're going to have to be. Because currently everyone is taking damage from how freezing it is. And pretty much if you don't believe in God, you're going to freeze to death. Because that's the only warm place. What will be nice up here is I will be able to add in... probably another fire pit as well. So if you're 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That would be 9 beds. But I can't do that corner. It's okay. If I did it like this, I could do beds here. And just have them all like right next to each other. That would be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It really like works the same way no matter how I cut this. So I think I'm just gonna do it like that. Right, you need a floor in order to build a door. And then we're also gonna put some heaters up here. I guess that's gonna have to be... Yeah, I'm like pretty concerned about everyone's chilliness right now. Let's do 2 clay brick braziers. And you know what? We could do like game tables up here or some sort of entertainment style thing, like a game of quilts. For now, maybe. Until we get something better. I see that gift. Give me 1 second. And then it'll be like bop, bop, bop. So 5 beds. I suppose I could also fit 2 in the middle. 6, 7. Lightning strike, mysterious gift. What'd you give me? Food. 800 beats. I mean, they're down the river, which is not the best place for them, but Superior wooden or clothes are decomposing on the stockpile. I don't know how that's happening. And a fire all the way out there. That's okay. Thank you for trying to keep me warm. Start a fire, warm everybody up. Geo is asleep, but is asleep in a room. That room is -2 degrees. Whew. Wearing summer clothes. What? Your solid gold chainmail is not keeping you warm? I don't understand. That's the prison warden desk. Those are shields. That's really fancy armor. Some nice decorations and decorative structures here. Surviving winter is just... I gotta tell you, man, it's a whole other game. The winter in this is brutally tough. Yeah, you know what? I think I will take decorative structures number 2. I think we're at that point. You're unconscious. Buddy, you're in bed. You're meant to be unconscious when you're in bed. You are not meant to be unconscious out here. Okay, these beats are actually a danger to collect. Because if somebody doesn't come save you... Are you saving them? Carrying wounded to a bed. Okay, thank you. -6 degrees outside. That's not that cold. You babies. I can't believe everybody is complaining about that. Absolutely nonsense. The cold snap is ended. Thank God. We might go back and get those beats, but also, they're just going to be frozen. They're outside. I do think they are screwing up my count up here, but I think that's like 150 without them, so. We're not in the world's biggest rush to get that stuff back. So you guys need clay, you need wood. You mostly just need time to build. You need time to not be unconscious is what you all currently need. I was sort of hoping that by building those things on top of the blacksmith, that it would be extra warm up there. I think this is one problem I've had, is that I'm building my places so tight. What the hell? Why are there wooden walls in the blacksmith shop? And, oh, that's a wardrobe. I was like, why is there a door here? Oh, no, it's not a door. Hilarious place for those doors to have got, those walls to have been placed, though. How are we doing? We got lots of steel. Rebuild those floors. Yeah, I think one of the issues is that, like, I haven't really built my places for heating. Everything is so tight, it's very difficult to get all the heating in. Thankfully, we do have lots of wood, so I'm not overly concerned about burning through fuel. You're unconscious, buddy. You're in bed. You're starving. Have you tried getting up? Oh, you're unconscious. You have a lavish vegetable dish. Can you consume it? Ah, you're unconscious, but if I tell you to eat, you'll wake back up and then fall unconscious. Problem solved. Limestone, ice blocks. We have a spot for storing ice blocks, and it's down here. Can I select that? It's on very high, so there's no reason ice blocks should be stored in this stockpile. Material manufactured. Ice block. I also don't want like steel, iron, gold, or silver stored here. I also don't want ash stored here because it's clearly currently being stored, and that is... You know, I don't want any of that waste being stored here. Taking up loads of space. Buckets of space. Libby, hello, good morning. In Crimson Desert, you can pick up and cuddle cats. I heard... We were talking about it this morning, debating whether or not we should pick it up. I heard you can grab a cat and just walk around town with it. And I was like, oh, that's a good sell. That's a very good sell. So, you are a bed. You are a bed. And I guess you are a bed, and probably you are a bed, which means I can put another brazier right there. And I can put something in here to make the people happy, maybe. There's not really much in the way of decorations. I'm not going to put any windows in this room because, frankly, I think I've learned my lesson. I think I've learned my lesson. Not sure yet. There's always more lessons that could be learned. Boop, 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 boop. Like that. Okay. So I think maybe I'll just maybe put some chests in here. Two and two. What does a wardrobe allow for? 6. Okay, so a wardrobe is a better version of a chest. I think I'll do that instead then. 7 beds. I said I wasn't going to put a window in here, but there actually already is a window. But I'm going to be real. I think we're going to replace it. I don't want this room to be cold. That's the problem with this room right now. You can close windows? Oh my God. Oh my sweet merciful Christ. What do they look like when they're closed? Do they visually change appearance? Do they need to be closed, or do you just select close? I actually cannot believe that. That is... How have we survived any winter if that is the case? I bet all these rooms are going to be so warm now. Yeah, the church is already warmed up so much. 2.4 degrees outside. You're still waiting on roof? Aha. I might understand why you're cold. There doesn't appear to be a roof here. What happened to that roof? I don't know. There also doesn't appear to be a roof here for some reason. Why are you off? You know what? That's a problem for the future. Ferocious wildlife. A huge pack of wolves just arrived. You know what, man? Close these doors. No, Nora, the polecat, get inside. Thank you. Can you lock that door? Boom. Nobody go outside. There's a pack of wild wolves. I don't want to deal with them. That does not sound safe. Settlers are suffering from the cold. Well, maybe because you didn't build a roof. It shouldn't really have to be a problem. But alas, I guess it is. I cannot believe that windows don't automatically close. That's a quality of life thing, that for sure. I'd be like, okay, that could be automated. How's the food? Lots of animal feed. We have a handful of beer left. We still have lots of beets, carrots, cabbages, stew and lavish meals, lavish dishes. All right, well, I would actually say we're doing really well for being on the 5th of winter. There's a bunch of coal left over. Got a nice stockpile of steel. I guess maces splits armor and crushes bones. Chop wood, carry water, and split marauder's head. It's so versatile. Longsword, ideally while charging on horseback in plate armor. Now, I have not seen a horse in this game, nor have I seen any kind of stable technology. Though I'd be lying if I didn't say I was wondering about it. Fire trap, portcullis. Deploys rapidly when under attack. Mechanical components. Onagers and ballista? I think maybe the chemistry is what I need next. We're making handbooks. We got all sorts of theses. I don't know that I'm ever going to need to get level 2 tech because of the stuff that we've just like picked up around the world. How about not putting walls in a room? I mean, that is a good idea. I can't deny it. These tool rags don't really make a lot of sense in here. Who's making shields? Bucklers. What do you make these out of? Wood. Not enough wood. Well, let's make 2. Are all those spooky dogs gone? I'm no longer seeing hostile wildlife here, so... I'm going to open up one of these doors. Clunk. We'll see how it goes. There's a lot of clay out here I need to pick up, so... Oh. One of the wolves fought a boar and lost. And I'm going to go steal that boar corpse. Like a little scavenger piggy. What I'm going to do. All right, there's like still a fair bit of clay here that we can go pick up. Yoink and yoink. One wolf, one boar. I'll happily eat those. One ice block, cooling the area around it. So this room must be 2.6. Do you think that maybe you can only store a single ice block in a place at once? Hall. Yeah. Hmm. Hmm. Copy. Paste. So this actually just needs to say until we have 2 ice blocks. Because that's all the room we have. Fire on the edge of the map and a mysterious gift from Veneti. It is... Oh no. 14 fine wooden statues that will never decompose. God damn. I have to go get those. God damn. That's creepy. Don't blink. I guess we're going to have wooden statues all over town now because they're really good. It's going to spike my value for sure. Is there a wealth? Yeah. Yeah. That gonna spike me. I don't know where they're gonna put those. Wooden, mechanical, regular, mechanical. So much of this room is being taken up by this wood pile. And it started occurring to me that, like, I would like to say mechanical. I don't know if they count as manufactured or... Yeah, mechanical, wooden, mechanical. High priority. And hopefully somebody moves them out of there. The herbs are starting to take up a lot of spots. The herbs. And yeah, the seed shelves are very, very full. We're going to have to dig in order to get the soil we need to complete this wall. Well, I guess I could just dig out all this dirt as well. Why not? Then I can build another ladder, like, right there. I need some dirt. Why not get it from the quarry? If there's going to be a place. So Veneti is sleeping in the spare room. And I guess that's correct. Java's sleeping downstairs. So there's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so somebody does have to sleep in this spare room. I guess the good news is it's like not a bad room. It's modest, but like I could also probably put some stuff on the walls. A decorative trophy rack, perhaps? Maybe a musical instrument shelf? That's what you want in a bedroom, right? In case there needs to be a jam. And some pottery. What are you making, dude? Practice targets. Yes. I suppose that's correct. We have also talked about building up a bigger treasury. so that we can put the cartography table down here. But I think that's a much more long-term project. Right now, my concerns are wood for more storage, which, honestly, if we're done this and we're done that, I do believe that you're going to be next. The smart thing for me to do would be that. Because I can build the wood floor before I take off the roof, and that way that bedroom doesn't become outside world. Homie's cold. Well, if you converted to the Church of Restitutionism, you'd be warm all the time when you have to pray. Instead, you opt to pray outside with the rest of the savages. I don't think that's right. They actually both seem like they're pretty peaceful religions at this point. Imagine randomly stumbling across all those statues. If you don't blink, you turn into one. Oh, God. Here's the funny thing. I don't think that they are going to move on their own because we don't have a spot set up for them. I do think I'm going to set them all to line this entire roadway. Because frankly, that seems like the most badass use of it. Whoever has to do this is going to be so upsetty spaghetti. Never submit. Never give up. Never surrender. This is true, the alleyway for chat. Just a dedication to your constant gift giving. Most of which is outside rotting. But I do appreciate that it is probably spiking the difficulty, because raids have been, like, not too bad. Now, that being said, we're not really super well set up for any more violence. And we may want to consider updating our defensive infrastructure before we're hit again. One more. For now. I feel like I'm really just grabbing random ones here. I mean, that is pretty sick. Clay pile is forbidden, as there's no path to it. Yeah, that's okay. I'll eventually build a ladder down there. What are you doing? You're just moving that clay around. Trying to collect it all. Are you coming to dig? Can you dig at this one? Because then I can build another ladder. No, I want that one that you're on top of. I love that I tell her to dig this one and she insists, like, no, no, no. I'm going to do a different one. I don't understand. Is this not breaking? Does it just take... It takes many, many digs to dug. They're doing it. They're going for it. You know what? That pathway's not that bad. It's actually a kind of straight shot. Uh-oh. That's a lot of rats. 32 rats. Oh my god, and they're right next to all the statues? Now, here's the good news. Aggressive rats run away from everything, I think. Ooh, that fire is close. Oh no, they do not roll away from everything. Half Pint is being attacked. What are they going to do? All these rats are going to attack this pack of wolves? Is that your intention? Buddies, good luck. I think that problem just took care of itself. Look at this. We actually drag these statues back here super fast. Did I really screw this up so badly? I did. We're going to go get one more. Another mysterious gift from Beniti. This time it's dubious booze. The gifts are too much. Too much. Rat jam. Okay. What are we doing? We're working on this wood. Hunt 20 rats. I didn't even tell you guys to do that. Good job. You're growing. You're growing. You're mature. You're dead. You're mature. You're growing. You're growing. You're mature. You're dead. Mature. 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 Dead. Stunted mature. Dead. They're all blocking that pathway anyway, so this guy's mature, but I do kind of like him. I'm gonna let him live for now. Dead. I definitely feel like we need to replant trees in the spring. We have a lot of saplings. And ever since we built the church, we no longer really have a forest. Which is meaning that we're no longer really getting in steady wood piles. Gio, happy Friday, happy weekend. Hope you're doing well. Well, at least we have bedrooms for everybody. With room to spare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could take on 6 more people without having to build any more rooms. Wouldn't that be nice? I think if I take off this one strip of roof here, it won't make it outside. And then I can build walls, which will allow me to build the rest of this floor. I think. Dude, I literally think these rats are... Oh no, they're hunting a pheasant. I was like, are these rats just hunting themselves? Sure, there's only 3 statues left. I might as well bring them all back if that's gonna be the case. I don't know where I'm gonna put them all, but... does feel like they should be, you know, somewhere. Why don't we put like 1 there? Okay, I was really hoping if I clicked them all, that would work. Put 1 there. And then this one. Go, Here? Sure, why not? Wooden statues everywhere. Put a couple statues in the church. Oh, we're going to make statues for the church. We're not putting in some shoddy wood statues. Actually, these are really nice statues, but we're going to make stone statues for the church. We're going to church it. We're going to church it right. Tallow. One iron wall torch. Where did you come from? Here? I bet that's where you came from. Can only be placed on a wall element or a ground voxel. Okay, here we go. Vinegar. We got a handful of limestone. We got a bunch of gold out here. We also keep getting water. I don't know where this is coming from. The piles of water. At no point have I harvested water. We also have a bunch of beeswax, but I guess that's for candles. All of this ash is coming in from the smelter, which is kind of nice because I don't need to go looking for ash anymore, but... Oh no, is there no room for dubious booze? Yeah, we're full up. Can't store dubious booze on the shelves. Now you know who does make booze. Are monks. These guys are going to have the infirmary out here. Which... I guess I need to research chemistry first. We're not making a lot of handbooks. Oh, handbooks are paused. Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's turn those back on. Oh, so this means I'm actually sitting on quite a bit of stuff. All right. Well, I'm going to unlock infirmary beds. Actually, not that much stuff. You guys are still cold because you're training outside. That makes sense. Infirmary beds are 3. So I am going to need most of this. Yeah, I'm basically going to stone this off. You know what? I could just set this up. I know exactly what I'm doing here. We can just build this. Or we can finish building what we're already building and not have ADHD. I know, it sounds like a crazy idea. I ain't sure about it either. But I think we're going to give it a try. So that should allow me to build the rest of those floors without turning all of this inside out. Inside, upside out, living the Vita Loca. And then if I turn on this roof, I can do that. Ba-da-doom. Workshop created. Perfect. Well, I do declare that's just what I was looking for. We'll get on building up a few more of these walls. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. forgot that those walls were acting as part of our pen. And now all of our animals have broke free. And they're all going to the bone zone. Why are you all going to the bone zone? To sleep. Also, I thought we were going to keep this door open to see whether or not we could unflood the bone zone. All right, the good news is that they're not hanging out there that long. Bad news is I don't know if they know what they're doing. They are just a bunch of animals. Congratulations, Paul, on your 40th birthday. I'm going to go with clay shingles because, I don't know, man. It feels like they're the right thing. I think that's all I'm going to do for windows here. The rest, not so needed. Boom, 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 boom. Hostile animals are leaving the area. Now, you know what would be really smart, actually, is if I said lock. Because if I lock that door before any of those animals got out... Uh-oh. 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 All right, no, it's not going to work now. Hydro, get up. Oh, you can't rope them. Not until the walls are built. Where are you going? You're my only cow. Not that you make milk or anything, and honestly, I should probably just eat you. Jester is no longer an oak zealot, which means he cannot be a priest. Though perhaps eventually. They're thirsty, that's why. I mean, they're not hungry. Honestly, I think they're just exploring. They're just like, I've got to break free. Oh my god, we have all those chickens as well. Do you now count for being roped in? Ropeable? No pen available. Can you work on Veneti the 2? All right, that's the one that we, I think, actually need to have built. Yeah, that was it. Boom. Now this built pretty dang fast. Keep those windows closed. All things considered, pretty dang fast. Spare room. So this is to be storage. I think it's actually meant to just be... I'm of two minds. We either make this generic overflow storage, or we make it filled with armor stands for the tailor. Bone helmet, great helm. These are all under 55%. Smelt items for metal. Only flimsy. Oh, I didn't realize I did not have this also set up. Smelt items for metal. Anything under 41. 51. Do forever. Oh, that'll help clear some stuff up. I think I'm just going to make this generic storage. And then I might just delete this stockpile. We might be able to reclaim this. And actually have a little town square. That would be nice, because I'd love to, like, put the trader up here. You know who could go under here also is, like, the stonemason. Could probably go in this room now. And if I put a stonemason in here and I put in 2 tool shelves on the walls, that would count as a workshop. This, I don't mind being outside the kiln. You know, we have the ash. Well, the clay is coming in from outside anyway. The ash is coming in from all sorts of spots, so. Yeah, now this counts as a workshop, so this guy gets an extra, like, what, like 100 and... He gets an extra 32 on making stone blocks. I am aces with that. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna delete this. Boom. Let's see what gets moved. Is there a good way to get hay? No, there doesn't appear to be. The only way I've found is finding tall grass, especially in autumn, and just cutting it. Cutting grass whenever you can. More clay. Yeah, there's lots of clay down in this quarry. Tech. Another gift. The needs. Whoo, 152 smoked meat. Yeah, okay. Honestly, urgent. Is it urgent? No, but I don't want it to go, and I don't want everybody to just go and eat it on me, so... All the wild animals. So why not? Let's make it urgent. This place still seems like... Is there a roof on this proper? Yeah. I wonder why, like, some roofs are... Am I meant to be building floors under the roofs to make proper attics? I mean, I get that there's no heat up here. Y'all are cooking kind of nicely. Why is this 0.4? As if there is not a roof on that one section. Yeah, I'm starting to wonder whether or not I'm meant to be building floors under the roofs to make them work better. Like, would that actually trap heat? Okay, so all the dubious booze, the beeswax, the extra herbs. All that dubious booze. So dubious. So dubious. Can you do attics? I mean, yeah, it does seem like that's the case. I guess my biggest question is, if you built an attic, could you go up there? Would it count as a room? Under the roof? Would it only be like you could only access like the central tiles? I genuinely don't know. So the idea of keeping the place warm via attics is very interesting. God, learning that you can close windows is... Yeah, look at this! They all actually do look closed now. They got little shutters on them. Whoop. Damn. So it does seem like everybody had to go around and close the shutters to do that, but... I mean, I don't feel like these doors should really be protecting that much from the temperature. Some of the temperature stuff's a bit weird. I'm no temperaturologist, though. Yeah, and I'm gonna dismantle this, I'm gonna dismantle this guy. All those beams, all those poles. Let's reclaim this. I will need to just expand that limestone fence. Just a smidgy. Which probably also means I need limestone. Eggs. Egg. Yeah, I do. Dirt, 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 dirt. Dirt, dirt, limestone. Iron, 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 iron. I mean, there's 130 limestone out there. We really just got to be bringing it back. Yeah, which we did very quickly. Amazing. Okay. We have a bunch of gold out here. We have a bunch of limestone bricks. What do you need to make a gold ingot? 300 gold. I guess for right now, I could clear this and I could say like raw gold, iron nuggets, silver. High priority. Because the steel he's making with iron, which is stored inside. The coal is over here, which is fine. There's sticks over here. I'd rather him use the sticks anyway for fuel. Nice. And all of this is cleared out except a bit of ash, dung, water, an ice block. Beniti is in here getting loaded drunk in church. What a man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty fine man. Not asking because you want to put flowers in the attic, are you? Referencing something, but I have no idea what. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. It definitely does feel like it's some sort of dark reference. This game is cracked. Yes. This game is also like crack. I'm so hooked into it. Well, everybody else has 2 stories now. I feel kind of sad that the carpenter doesn't. You know? Everybody else gets a nice fancy place. Should he not as well? Wood carving, stone carving. Are there any more, like, workshops? Tapestry, rug making. Advanced research table. There's the alchemy. Oh, yeah, there's the brewery. The oil press. Okay, there's actually quite a few workshops left. Oil splash and flammable oils. Painting An easel. The saltpeter. The spirit distillery. Okay, so there's brewing, distilling, apothecaries, painters, saltpeters, oil. I think there's the only 6 like studios that are left. Also, I gotta tell you, it drives me nuts that steel is this color even after you've unlocked it. When everything else turns bronze, steel decides to stay the same color of steel. It's just very confusing looking. I keep thinking I haven't unlocked it. Shields. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get some better shields as well. How are our people doing? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 melee people. Christy, you're still using a spear? Aha. Yes, but only because I haven't told you to drop it. Though I am tempted to put you on 2-handed weapons. You could rock the bardiche. Why not? Alright, I'm gonna get the chemistry. I am very tempted to just put an artist studio above the carpenter. Fairly old movie based on a book series. A group of kids are locked in the attic by an evil stepmother. So they put a bunch of flowers in there. Oh, the flowers are children? That book got weird. Don't they always? Don't they always? I do want this portcullis as well, but I like the idea of a painting studio. We have a beggar. Begone, ye vile beggar. Well, we also did learn the trick to doing this without, like, destroying our rooms. Which is just a wood floor, as much of it as possible. Let's see, I might just put a beam in here, too. Can you put it on a window? No, you can't really. Well, you didn't build this very well, did you, Agent? Classic. Alright, well. Baby steppies. When Half Pint wakes up, we'll have him chat. The last one of these beggars we talked to, you're well rested. You can just... What do you mean he's leaving? What do you mean you're leaving? You just got here. Man, the beggars give you loot locations. Which have been really good in the past. Also, look at how many sheep we have now. Also, little baby chickens running around. We actually have a decent little farm going. Sheep, chickens, 1 cow, or 1 bull, I suppose. Now, also that this storage is gone, I feel a lot better about this picnic table. Wow, dubious booze. You completely filled up my entire storage. Don't love that. That's all clay. I'm confused. We dug up a bunch of dirt. I thought I was going to get some soil so that I could finish this. But we didn't really. Well, something that would give us soil would be digging out the armory. Actually, no, that's not true. That would just get us coal because we'd be digging it out into the coal vein under town. The treasury. Unless we went even deeper. My God. Could he? Is it madness? My problem is that if that floods, that floods, it's it. It's flooded. The reason the kids got locked in the attic, the flowers were drawings and the kids were decorating the attic. Interesting. Okay. Now, if I... Nope. If I... Yeah, look at this. I build floors underneath this. And suddenly the attics don't get snow on them. I definitely feel like we're going to learn some big surprises building with these attics. I wouldn't mind some more bedrooms up here as well. Thought those walls would provide more stable structures for us. But appear to be wrong. Tell you what, we could take off this and it shouldn't affect the roof. And from there, we can add in walls. And with that, I think we could probably finish the floors. Almost. I'll take almost. Dig deep. Nothing bad ever happened from digging deep. I mean, building a big fun mine is a lot of fun. Digging deep and digging greedily. It is one of my favorite things to do. Walls, walls, walls. Floor, floor, floor. We will, once again, go with the clay shingle roof, because it do seem to be a good use for our clay. And, boy, I guess I better figure out where the staircase here is going. Which I certainly did not think about. I could go here. Tack, tack, tack. But it needs to have like a... Yeah, I would have to go tack, 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 tack. I mean, I could just go in like the middle. I do kind of have this open spot here. Feels weird. It feels like there would make more sense, but I also want to make, if I'm going to make a room there, I think, yeah, we'll have to do it that way. One, two, three. Actually, not that one, but that one. We'll go like that. It'll work. It's going to be a bit wonky, but... Plus, thank you for the sub. Welcome. How you doing today? You just made yourself feel dumb? So... Just a regular day, or... Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Boop, boop, boop. Embracing my evil arc. Yeah, I think a little bit. Oh, we're out of wood. Of course we are. Growing, growing, growing. Dead. Dead. Mature. Dead. Dead. Mature. 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 That's a lot of wood. That might do. That's also mature. That's also mature. You're mature. You're mature but stunted. So I think if I cut down that other tree, you might keep growing. You're dead. You're dead and you're dead. We found soil somewhere. There's slightly less of those now. How are we doing on book space? I feel like we are absolutely cram bam thank you ma'amed. I'm gonna have to start just like putting bookshelves all over the place here. I do think this entire building is just gonna become a library really soon. Here for a while, last couple of days. The least I could do. I appreciate it, dude. I'm glad you've been enjoying the Going Medieval. I've been having a lot of fun with this game, so as is pretty obvious by the insane amount I've been playing it. Medicine shelf. Ooh. Ew. Man, easels. I could actually put a door here, put an easel here, and build another room. How much room does an easel really need? You know what I like the idea of is the easel looking out here and having a window in front of it that looks over this sort of like town. Just something nice to be said about that. Window there and there. You don't really want a window that looks over the castle. But again, a window that looks over the town is nice. So we'll try doing that. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, pop, pop. Excuse my weird noises. guess you're a tall piece. I guess you're one of them, probably. All right. So... Sorry, my decision here does mean that... Yeah. Tack. 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 Tack, tack, tack? And then we're saying boop, 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 boop. Do I need this many more bedrooms? No, probably not. But I like the idea of, you know, getting people out of the inn. Especially if I can get them good beds. Which I can't. Some of you I can. You can have a good bed. With a wooden chest and a wardrobe. Sorry, that wooden chest cannot go there. Cancel. I got confused because I moved everything around. Technically, that chest is now in the way of that wardrobe, but I don't think it works like that, so... And then you can go hay bed, wooden chest, wardrobe. And we got 2 more rooms. Bada boom, bada bing. I don't think the name command is working in game, Roz. We do have a character who is unnamed. Sorry, I'm seeing riots and hydro checks that I've been skipping. Conquest Elysium and EU5 streams were also allowed to run. Or EU4. 4? 5? 5 it is now, I think. I really enjoyed those. The Conquest of Elysium has been a lot of fun. I'm excited to put the Guild Master series up online. Which I have not yet done. But I need to. Name function was bug. Use the channel point redeem. Yeah, use the channel point redeem if you want to become Jeva. Who for some reason has a name in green. I guess because she was a prisoner? I'm not really clear how that works. How are we doing on steel? Oh, we have so much. So, like, why are you not wearing a steel helmet? Where are all my steel helmets? You know what probably happened is they made them, but they didn't make them good enough. Java, I want 3 new steel helmets. And I also want 2 new sets of armor. Really, I should just research whatever the upgrade from steel is. You know what? I'm also going to unlock Skittles and some more games. This is lawn bowling. It's so big. I didn't anticipate that. You could. You could play Skittles behind the castle. If I was to move this merchant stall up here, which is kind of one of the things I've been thinking about doing. Caw, 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 caw. I could set up a Skittle game down there. And then at least, like, it's near the other entertainment games. Chio and Eintroll becoming friends. What do we have? Bandit camps. Did we unlock... I know we haven't unlocked armor, the last armor. Armor 2 was mail. Armor 1 was just, I guess, leather armor. So there is plate armor and great helms for armor 3. Which honestly, like, maybe I should start working on that next. Mazlik. Oh, look, Christy is also green right now. Is it to do with, like, their happiness? No. Mood is neutral. I don't know why they sometimes are in green. Visibility, small combat speed impairment. I don't have the foggiest, dudes. One day, perhaps we'll learn that secret. But today is not that day. Alright. What is required to build an infirmary? A kitchen we have, a workshop we have, a library we have, a church we have, an Oak Brethren we don't yet. Chambers we have, shared chambers we have, a great hall we have. An infirmary requires one infirmary bed, 2 medicine shelves. Cannot have shrines, entertainment structure, or beds, so it could have the apothecary's bench. Prison cell we have. Training room we don't have, just because it's not a room. Treasury we don't have because it's not enough space. Spare room we don't have. Though that being said, we were digging out, and then I got distracted. Me? Never. Distracted? Never. That only said it was blocked by wooden floors. It did not say it was blocked by that wall piece. Which is interesting. Well, it's drink o'clock anyway right now, so I don't think that's getting done. Maybe I'm wrong. Beniti, thank you. This man works at all hours of the day, apparently. Okay, no, it is blocked by that wall as well. I mean, while you're here. I truly don't know how that's going to work. Just because technically everything here is like slightly smaller. All of this should be dug out one more. Huh. Oh, the war chest got built. That's cool. So our coins are actually kept in a proper chest. 85 coins. La-di-da. You're gonna go that way, that way. That way. That away. And I think all the rest of that is mostly fine. Something like that. I'm not going to be too picky. Green name means happy. So only Mazlik is happy. I mean, you do tend to look pretty happy. But also your mood is at like 48%, so... You're a churl. You old churl. Curious, what things don't we have? We don't have a... we don't have a druid. We don't have a sergeant at arms. And we don't have a broker. Requires a treasury and requires 10 speechcraft. Now, unfortunately, you are the best speechcraft, my Gowler. I don't know that anybody else really has speechcraft. Jester likes speechcrafting, but you're really bad at it. Paul likes speechcrafting, but he's also really bad at it. Plus hates speechcrafting and is my librarian, so that doesn't matter. Yeah, nobody has 10 speechcraft. Tricky. So, Veneti, you can probably sleep in this room now. Instead of the shared chamber. Even though the shared chamber is, like, way nicer. Let's be clear. Let's be clear about something. Much nicer. Scales. I'm pretty much just going to unlock anything that shows up now. Technically, these scales are for the merchants, so if this is going to be... Could I have, like, multiple merchants set up shop down here? Does it matter? Probably not. Just trying to get a little visual jam going. Is there anybody on the map that we should try to eat? There is a rabbit. Just realizing, like, we haven't been hunting for a really long time. There's a couple of rabbits around. Yeah, there's a few rabbits. There are wild sheep. Which, honestly, probably would be a lot better than those rabbits. And there are a bunch of deer up here. You know what, man? What? Just there's sheep, there's deer, there's rabbits. We might as well hunt all of them. We're on the last day of winter, but getting through the spring would be nice. Our food freezers are really bad. They're basically empty. The only thing in here is a bit of smoked meat that I think we got as a gift. What we did do, though, was manage to keep our animal food rocking. Oh, yeah, we're like out of stew and everything. All we basically have is eggs. Huh. Noted. Opening up this door did not cause that to work. I don't know how you unflood a room. But I do know a merchant's coming. Also not sure where to get the rest of this dirt right now. What are you, a wolf? What What if I was to dig, say, this? Would that give me some dirt I could use? Jordan has turned 36 and has gained the perk Bloodlust. Comes into his own in a fight, roused by the prospect of violent slaughter. Unfortunately, he is not with us. Why is everybody hanging out in Chio and Eintroll's room? They just barged into that flop house. La Diverse Arbitus. I'm going to buy this book because books seem to be generally pretty rare. You've got basic research table. You got blacksmith's forge, cartography tables, research, church of restitution walls, handbooks, healing kits, mechanical components, research tables, wooden mechanical components, ballistas. You have, I would say, largely a lot of stuff I don't want. These are low HP winter clothes. We're going to sell them. All this summer clothes I'm going to keep because it's almost summertime. $40 oak saplings. Noted. Let's plant an oak forest in the spring. Sell off a little of that. I do have a lot of herbs. Yeah, selling you 50 herbs would be a really good trade. I also have an insane amount of flax seeds. I definitely don't need anywhere near that much flax seeds. Let's sell off 200 of those. We also have a lot of dubious booze. You have gold. I would like your gold. I would like to. I'd like all your gold, and I would like to sell you dubious booze until we come to an agreement. In fact, why don't I just give you a little extra and you guys will like me more? Isn't that how that works? Free alignment for the band of the she-wolf. They had female sheep? Are you sure about that? Didn't I have female sheep? You gonna make me look. No, I have female sheep. Liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Sent your wife a picture of the front page. Finish this week's calculus homework with the caption, enjoy this frog on your desk. Good old froggies. Did we ever figure out if our curdling milk turned to cheese? Day one of spring. Day one of spring! We can start planting. Favorite for wood carving and timber frames building. The king of the forest and sacred to the druids. Well. Why don't we, like, line this iron mine with oak saplings? Oops. Extend, expand. I think that would be a nice way to dusty that up a little bit. And then I want to know what are these? Clay deposits, dirt, limestone deposit. And we have a bunch of other saplings. I mean, it said we had 40 of those. Birch saplings. I wanted to put those around the church. We also have maple saplings. Do we like maple trees? Yields hard timber, perfect for musical instrument. Well, my dudes, when you put it like that, how do I say no? And now we get this cool little pathway through here as well. Let's shrink that just one more so that it's always a 2x2 path. We'll shrink this one. I like that. You guys are birch trees, so I'm actually going to also just like expand that birch, this pile of birches out more. And that way we have a little birch forest to work with. Liar, liar, pants on fire was Mac's nickname. Explained to my wife a few years back the difference between a boy putting a frog in a girl's desk and a boy pushing or pulling the hair of a girl. Basically the same thing. Just means they like each other. Spring has sprung. Hooray! Can I make Vermont maple syrup with those saplings? No, we're making Turktopian maple syrup. Which, you know, it's not as good as Quebec, but it is significantly better than Vermont maple syrup, so we have that going for us. We'll pick our battles. Medicine shelf. Okay. I want a little bit of soil. It feels like it shouldn't be this hard to get. Give me my infirmary. Get me my apothecary. How's town looking? Sharp. Look at all these 2-story houses. Woo-wee. Luxury. Next thing, this church is going to have to maybe get a spire. For any reason? No. But perhaps just because. I am a little concerned that, like, maybe our farming space is not going to be enough. But I don't know. I guess we did okay this season. Yeah, I guess the tower here is still good. Sort of like the guard post. Oh, it's so nice seeing everything melt and the town come back. Be able to open up the windows soon. Turn down all the heaters. Save on some fuel costs. Not today. Everybody's suffering from cold. What are you guys all doing out here? Hauling to stockpile. Roasted meat. Roasted meat. Where? What the hell? When did this come? When did you guys dump 252 rabbit hats on my settlers? And how many of those did we just pull back? The next merchant that comes, I'm going to unforbid all of this stuff and I'm just going to give it to them. It feels like the only thing that makes sense. That was Jared's skip. Frog means he likes her. Pushing her here means she doesn't. Can't see someone else's point of view because of an undeveloped prefrontal cortex. Boy thinks that since he likes frogs, everybody likes frogs. Pushing in here, pulling, inflicting pain, low effort. This game takes place in England, so you're not allowed to cook stuff with any taste. I mean, that's true. We haven't discovered any spices. There is salt, but I don't know where it is. I don't know if it's on our map. Let's teach young girls that being a jerk to her is a sign of affection, right? No issues in later life. Super toxic. Yeah. Teaches them psychology of abuse. Yes. Let's mess up the children from an early age. That's the way to do it. What is going on? Is this cloud effect? It looks like smoke. How come nor out the coal cat? Why? What happened to you? Or did you just get old? Did you live a happy life? You gave birth last year. You died horribly. But why? I think you died in peace. I know the game said you died horribly, but to me, I think you died peacefully in your sleep next to a fire in the library. And now we're going to eat you because nothing goes to waste. Polecats do? Absolutely. Without a shadow of a doubt. Oh my god, we can make paintings. Textiles and pigment. How the hell do we make pigment? You know what? It's probably that apothecary's bench. What is more restorative than painting, after all? Alright, I'm gonna loose build this right now. You know what? I think I'm going to extend it out this way. I'm going to be a little bit weird. Just to give it a different vibe. No, not the second floor. That's not what I wanted. Just the bottom floor. There we go. And then, sorry, turn off that tree. So this is going to be infirmary beds. This is going to be medicine shelves. This is going to be apothecary's table. Which I'm sure I had a moment ago. Apothecary bench. And then I can leave this for a set of stairs going down. You know what? Let's actually just make sure that we have room for that. So that would be like one. If I did 1, 2, 3. I could do it like that instead. And I think that would be nice. We could have some limestone windows, limestone block windows over each of the beds. you know, so that the stank of their poison doesn't get on everybody. And then, yeah, when we dig out down below, we have more room to dig out, so that's not really a big issue there. Clay shingle roof. I suppose I'm going to have to go long ways for that as well. Okay. It'll come together. $200 rabbit heads, rabbit hats. Used to put dead polecats in people's mailboxes? That's a bit dark, for sure. Who killed the polecat? Just old peaceful age. That's all. Just a wonderful Christmas time. That's all that happened. They were simply having a wonderful Christmas time. And they died peacefully in their sleep. In the library where it was nice and toasty warm. And I'll hear not to the contrary. Gareth! What are you striking? Are you striking me down? Unnamed chicken has given birth to named chickens, Gordo and Nymeria. More delicious chickens. More importantly is more delicious eggs. Where's that lightning? Boom, there it is. Ooh. Yes! It's too cold for your fires. Still too cold for your fires, you fools. We have a lot of planting to do, so I'm not going to queue up any more mining at the moment. But I do feel like we've done a pretty successful run here of this. We've got that second floor storage. We got the second floor flop house. We've got second floor artist studio, which is really nice and bougie. Close all these windows still. Also close all those windows. Ooh, I really like this with the curved columns. We got the infirmary coming in. We've cleared out the market square, so we can start working on that. We didn't get anything done on the castle today, but I guess there's just been so many other priorities. It's been hard. And we did get a lot of the research done. I definitely want to do the fancy temple for the Oak Brethren. And I want to do some better defenses. I kind of, right now, am thinking about moving a tower up here. For archers. Because then I could put like melee troops behind the gate. And then setting up an Oak Brethren temple here. Maybe even just moving the wall to connect. I don't know how big the Oak Brethren temple will have to be. Which is maybe actually something we could quickly figure out. Reliquary Chapel. Scholar's Lectern. What do we have here? Large oak shrine. Large limestone shrine. I mean, Oak Brethren, I feel like they should have a wooden shrine. They need a ritual circle. And then they get wall decorations, which are like wheels. Is that it? Just those three? Ritual circle. Oh, they also get Oak Brethren idols. Which are under... not furniture. Leisure? They're next to wall decorations. What are they? It's just a piece of wood with some wood next to it. Okay. Oak Brethren Shrine, Oak Brethren Ritual Circle. That's it. So it doesn't need to be very big. I think I'd build it sort of more circular, given its ritualistic design. So where the church is, like, you know, a big box church, I think I could just build like a little circular wood room, clay room. I mean, the clay I feel like fits their colors, but the wood is very fitting considering that they are Oak Brethren, so. Exterminatus on the polecat killers. A warning shot. VM, hello, good morning. Only patrons available to everyone for those portraits. I'm excited to get those portraits, but yeah, I don't really know where you make dye. Don't know how to dye. Friendly merchant. Yeah, I hope you like hats. Because, boy, you're about to get a lot. You're about to get a whole lot of hats, baby. Let's quickly chop down some of these trees around, because I am still, again, low on wood. So anything that's mature or dead. Now that we're building also these little forest pathways, we'll have a more reliable source of wood, which is going to make a huge difference. Barter. Tell me about the bandits on your troubles, on your troubling travels. And then show me what you've got. You've got 7 gold. You've got barley. You've got beet seeds. You've got cabbage seeds. I actually don't have any cabbage seeds, so I should probably buy those. I don't have a lot of beet seeds, so I guess we'll buy those. You got a chicken. I have chickens, but I could always use more. Herbs, wine, stew, stick traps. You do not have a lot of good stuff. I don't know where that wood torch came from, but why don't I sell you that? Why don't I sell you these 2 vinegars? Some polecat leather. Brings back rough memories. I actually have a lot of hay left over, too. I also have an absurd amount of dubious booze. You know what? Ugh. Take a bunch of that. But then I'm going to unforbid all those hats. Do you like hats? What if? Ah, that's actually kind of smart. They always show up outside your zone. So, never mind. Whoops. I'm going to give you a bunch of that booze for free. And pretty much as you can carry. That didn't appear to improve my relation at all. So you told me about a bandit camp. It's got a lot of guys. So one of these situations where all the bandit camps have way more than we ever get rated for. So I never really feel like we can get there. I'm having some trouble figuring that out. You're a big mature birch. You're a big mature oak. Why don't I chop you guys down? More chicken babies. Look at us go. Everybody's snoozing. Everybody's happy. It's springtime. We've got steel now as well. We have longbows, though not everybody can use them. The town doesn't need a lot more. The expansion for the treasury. The expansion. I think the next day is like this Oak Brethren Temple, and then all the limestone that we can dig up to work on this castle. And I'm going to add as many layers to it as I can. We'll do another layer down below for the treasury room. And then we'll do this armory, and then probably a parapet level above that. I might just build 2 levels at once. And just so we have a big castle, so. Replace the wooden walls along the river with stone. Yes, that is something I've been wanting to do, so. And I do want to make another tower up here. That'll depend a lot on like how that Brethren Temple are. So I think, I mean, spring has sprung. Maslick has become a devout Oak Brethren. Zealot no longer felt meaningful enough. You're going like back and forth on that. I think once we have that Oak Temple, you'll become a Zealot and you can become the priest. So we'll do that. But why don't we save that for the next episode and cut this one here. Come back, join us next time. Until then.